All right, yes, people, welcome to the Real Talk Football TV podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Got myself Shat 1906 representing Liverpool. All right, a few games over the weekend. Liverpool drawing with Everton. Man United going 4 games on the spin, beating Arsenal. I think Arsenal, the gas has kind of died down. Tell you the truth, they played well, to be fair. I think they played well, but this was the acid test if they could get a result at Old Trafford. But they did play well.
They played very well. I don't know. I think they handed the game over myself.
Yeah, and they were the better side. They were the better side. Yeah. They controlled the game. Didn't maybe have the chances.
I don't know. I think they were just. I don't know. It's just like they just changed their game and had United in.
I think it was being naivety by the players and the manager. But we'll come to that anyway. We'll come to that. Tobias is in the building. It's a shock, Rohora. Watching us talking to us about Arsenal. He comes and pops up. Man's sunning it up wherever he is. But yeah,
evening tea.
That's what I'm saying. All right, guys. We usually every week we do the predictions for the results for every week. We try and Where's 1906 Top Gun? we're winning. That's why. Oh, mate.
It's in the wash.
So every week we usually do the predictions for the show. Every week we try and predict who's going to win every weekend. So the week before Tobias won, but this week in third place is Tobias with 4 points. In second place with 7 points, which is decent, is 1906. And with 10 points is myself, Shaq. Got 2 correct results. I said Spurs will win 2-1. And you all laughed at me when I said Villa will get a draw against Man City 1-1. And I put that down and I got a couple of others. So I got 10 points. So
I always win.
I'm in the lead. Tobias is on 6 points. 1906 is on 3. So make sure, guys. Make sure, guys, you can join in as well. All right, let's go straight into it. Rodgers losing 5 games on the spin. 1906.
He's in trouble.
Getting battered 5-2 against Brighton. I know he's in trouble, yeah. But for Rodgers' defense, he hasn't really bought anyone. I think there's one signing they bring through the door. And most of their players have left. Fofana leaving to Chelsea.
Yeah.
But with the players they've got still, they shouldn't be rock bottom.
No. Nowhere near. They've still got a squad because they haven't moved on it. You know, they're not experimenting like your Forests, like your Fulhams. Do you know what I mean? You know, you probably see a different squad every game.
Yeah.
They don't need to do all that. Do you know what I mean? They've got set squad players there, and they've got a good bit of talent in that thing. But I don't know, 5. That's all you're not looking at the team no more, are you? You're looking at the manager side eyes. You're thinking somewhere along the line, people are putting pen to paper.
100%. Like watching them against Brighton, and bloody hell, Brighton are good, to be fair. Like I've always said, when Klopp leaves, I wouldn't mind Potter. That's my opinion. But I think they Brighton battered them 5-2. I think that team's gone. I think that team's been together for so long now. I think a lot of players don't want to be there, like Tillemans and Rodgers. I think he's past his sell-by date, and I think they've got Aston Villa on Saturday, and I think the loser could get the sack.
Definitely. Where could you see him going?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, you know what? I reckon Rodgers will get another job, a good job. It won't get a big job, but I think you get another job because if you look at the bigger picture, he has done a good job at Leicester. Won him the FA Cup, got close. I would say if he's done a good job because he's kind of choked. So there was times where Leicester should have got into the top 4 and threw it away. And when Vardy's at his peak, and Vardy's not he's not at his peak no more. He's on the slide now.
Yeah.
So they've never replaced Vardy. Vardy guarantees you 20 goals. And he can't do it no more. He's getting injuries and re-te-te. Tillemans doesn't want to be there. But Tillemans in his head thinks he should be playing for a top 4 club, but his level is.
I don't know. His head was turned for a little bit, wasn't it? It kind of crook.
Yeah, he had a 6-month period where top clubs were looking at him, but you don't go to 1 year left on your contract and no one's still haven't come in for you. You're still there. You're still there. So, I think Maddison, I like Maddison, but he's too sometime-ish. He's hot and cold. He's a 9 or a 2. He could be out of this world. The next minute you watch him, he's just bang average.
Yeah.
So, I think Rodgers is in deep trouble. I think personally he should go regardless. I just don't think how far. I don't think he can take that team any further. But in the things with him and Gerrard, I believe the loser of that game gets a sack. More Rodgers. I don't know if you agree.
More Rodgers. I still think Villa have got some. They ain't going to let Gerrard go yet. Do you know what I mean? He's going to apply his trade somewhere. He's going to have to apply his trade somewhere, and it might as well be there. I don't think they're in any rush of getting rid of him whatsoever. I think they're trying to lay down a bit of stability rather than chase the manager at Villa.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, if he loses another 3, and do you know what I mean, they drop down and all of that. As owners, you're naturally you're thinking, hold on, we want Premier League. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So, I think they stick with him. The pressure's all on Rodgers.
Yeah. I think Gerrard's still got. I think they'll keep him at least to the end of the season. Only if he gets battered. So if he got battered 5-1 or 6-1 by Leicester, I think alarm bells will be ringing.
Yeah.
But I think the game against Man City, I think they're still playing for the manager. They're still playing for Gerrard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're still playing for Gerrard.
You can see
and they played well. And I think Leon Bailey's starting to show why I kind of tipped him to be a really, really good footballer. And I think he is. And I think personally he's been their best player. But I think Gerrard's still got at least to the end of the season. All right, I was going to go to
He's got rope.
Yeah, 100%. I was going to go to like English players, Ivan Toney. Bagged the hat-trick. His hat-trick was ridiculous, by the way. No, how bad was his hat-trick? His hat-trick was ridiculous. The penalty,
calm.
The free kick, ridiculous. And then the third one, man just dinked it past one man and just dinked it over the top from about 25 yards out.
Come on. It was like a golf shot.
It was. He's taking a mick. Literally 15 goals. I think 15 goals last season. 5 goals in 6 games for Brentford. I think only Haaland I think he's joint with Kane, but only Haaland have got more goals than Ivan Toney.
Who would he replace in the England squad?
If you look at the strikers, I think I would have him over Calvert-Lewin, but Calvert-Lewin was injured.
Yeah.
Forget Harry Kane. We know Harry Kane's number 1. But if Harry Kane gets injured and you want a traditional number 9, who are the strikers past Ivan Toney who's scoring goals? Who's consistently scoring goals?
I can't think of any.
Like, if you don't think he shouldn't go to the World Cup, at least he should be in the England squad.
Without a doubt, he should be in the England squad. If you go look through the Premier League, who is there? Who is there? Not naturally the way he does.
No. He's a tradition. He's got a bit of everything.
Physique on him, speed on him, skill on him. Come on.
He could do a bit of everything. And we were talking before, it's off air, talking about players in the lower leagues. He's been in the lower leagues for a hot minute. I remember me and Tobias were talking about Ivan Toney was at Peterborough. And we were saying he could play in the Premier League now and score goals. I reckon there's a lot more players in the lower leagues.
So he went from Peterborough to where?
He was at Newcastle as a youngster. Didn't really get into the first team. Then he went to the lower leagues. He went to Peterborough, scoring goals for fun. Brentford bought him, scoring goals for fun, and now he's in the Premier League doing the same thing what he was doing in the lower leagues.
Okay.
So he's been around for a while. He's about 26 now. So he's been around the block. He's a bit like he had to work the hard way, the graft, and come up. And we were talking about players in the lower leagues, and I think there's a lot more players in the lower leagues if they have the chance to play at a high level they could do maybe not the same as Ivan Toney, but they could do the business.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Say, all right. So at the moment, most people would think if you had £30 million or whatever much money you got, and you got Nunes or Ivan Toney, who would you take at this moment in time? There you go. So you're laughing, yeah. so you're laughing, yeah. You're laughing. So if say Liverpool or Chelsea,
Why couldn't we prize him away?
Well, I'm just saying a Liverpool, a Chelsea, or even a Manchester United. Man United need a number 9. Say a Man United. Let's take Liverpool at the occasion. Man United need a number 9 because Ronaldo doesn't want to be there. And deep down, I think Man United want to get rid of Ronaldo. They both want to part ways.
I've been saying it.
I know they called it. You called it.
Get rid. Take that energy away from that dressing room. Get rid.
No, you called it. You called it.
Even when he's celebrating with the rest of the team because someone else he scored, he's looking at the bench to see who's looking at him. To just make sure everyone knows he's in there. Oh, yeah.
You called it. No, you called it. But say if Ivan Toney last year, he scored 15 goals, and say Man United bid 30 or 40 million pound for him, I think it would be an uproar because I think there's football snobbery where if Man United bid for him, I think Man United fans are like, what the hell are they doing? He's not good enough. But if Ivan Toney was from Portugal and they spent £40 million, they'd be all over him. They'd be all over him.
Man United will take him in a heartbeat. I don't think there's snobbery there because they know there's talent there.
No, they'll take him now, but they wouldn't have taken him in his first season and the amount of goals he got playing for Brentford.
I hear you. No, not
they wouldn't have took him. Liverpool wouldn't have took him.
No.
Liverpool wouldn't have took him. And he's a Liverpool supporter, to be fair. But and I'm saying, like, I just think there's football snobbery because I think these guys like him. And there's another one as well. I've been watching a lot of Brighton. McAllister, who plays centre mid. Yeah. He could play for a top side. Trossard's a baller. Trossard's been a baller for a hot minute. The only thing Trossard doesn't have is that blistering pace on the wing. Yeah. And that, to me, that's the only thing what's stopping him playing for a top 4 side. Trossard could play for a top side. You've got Caicedo, who plays centre mid for Brighton, who could play for a top side. So there's players out there.
Trossard in my fantasy. I had to.
There you go. So them type of players could easily play for a top 6, top 4 side. But I just feel, say for Man United or even a Chelsea need a striker, why don't they go for Ivan Toney? Because it's football snobbery. But if he was from a different country, or they bought him from, say, Italy, then they'll have him. Because I'm telling you, if Chelsea bid like 40, 50 million pound, don't you think Ivan Toney will score the goals that he's scoring at Brentford?
It's natural.
100%.
And if England don't use that for the World Cup.
And my problem is with England is that, God forbid, I don't want it to happen, but if Harry Kane gets an injury, what's their alternative? Because they're very reliant on Harry Kane. He's the only traditional number 9 who can come deep, and we know he can spray passes. But if you look past Harry Kane, who is there? I know Rashford's had a bit of a revival, but he's another one who's sometimes as well. There you go. So they haven't got a proper number 9.
No.
So the World Cup's nearly there. To me, in my opinion, you've got to at least have a look at him. At least. Even if you don't think he goes to the World Cup, he has to have a look at him. The way he's playing, that hat-trick, that guy's playing with confidence.
Are they taking Vardy to the World Cup? Is that the plan?
Nah. So I don't know. I think Rashford's going to get on the plane now because I think there's no other striker, and I think he started off well. He got 4 goals last year, and he's got 3 already. So, he's had a bit of revival. He does look a bit more confident, looks a bit more sharper. But to me, Ivan Toney at least needs to be in the England squad and have a run of games, to be fair, because I'll have him over Ollie Watkins at the moment. I'll have him over Calvert-Lewin. So yeah, definitely. I think Ivan Toney's quality. All right, let's go to Liverpool. Salah. Is it Salah? Right, you love it. All right, Salah's only scored 2 goals, but saying that, Salah's created more chances than anybody else. So that could be 2 things. He can't finish his dinner at the moment, or
Listen,
what are the chances? Are the chances that
I
great?
heard his interview, and it was a case of the question was asked. Now Mane's gone. Do you see there being a problem connecting with the rest of the strikers? That partnership, all that. Salah's response was, me and Mane, we never have. Obviously we both want to score, but we've never had the rivalry kind of thing. And every season I do what I am going to do. I set myself my targets, and that's what I want to achieve. Yeah. So what is his targets this season? Assists? I don't know because I don't know what is he doing.
But don't you think that the system's kind of changed where Salah and Diaz are playing a lot wider to accommodate Núñez? Like they've gone really usually Salah plays from out to in.
Mm-hmm.
Now both of them are just staying really out wide. So are they accommodating Núñez? So you're maybe seeing Salah's output is not being the same.
I make you right. It could be, but you think to yourself, all right, you bring Núñez, you bring Núñez back from a ban and everything. You got Firmino firing on all cylinders. He's up for it. He's up for the challenge, and then you just drop Núñez in the start.
But the thing is as well, 906, I believe that if Firmino's injury record was better, he must have started that game. You can't literally play him 3 games in a week. He could break down again. So that's the only reason why Núñez has come straight in the team. Because when Bobby Firmino came on, Liverpool looked better. They looked better side.
But United's game, what was that? Put us under from the off.
I think it's more with Salah. I think it's more of a system thing, and I think. Remember when you saw COVID when we had all them injuries from the centre halves.
Yeah,
I just think that just domino effect for the rest of the midfield and the forward line. And to be fair, Salah was the only one who was still scoring, but the others were kind of struggling. But I just believe that yes, Mane. I think Mane is a factor as well. But I do believe the second thing as well is that the system has changed a bit. It just looks Salah's is always wide. Diaz is always wide.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like teams have put us under and put him under because it's like they put 2 on him, close him down. He's either getting chopped down, free kick, or he has to pass it back. Do you know what I mean? It's like unless you play that perfect ball to Salah that he can run onto from the back, a bit of magic might work and all that. He gets trapped in the corners nowadays. Running down the flanks. We ain't getting an end product out of him.
But that's what I'm saying. I was going to come to that as well.
Yeah,
we're not getting end product out of him. But do you think that because of the form of Trent's been so bad, the form of Robertson's been so bad, there's no Thiago to break the lines. He's not really getting that much of a proper supply. Because we're very Liverpool system. We're very reliant on our fullbacks putting crosses, spamming crosses. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. Putting crosses, putting quality crosses, into the areas for Salah to get on, and especially where Trent is such a playmaker, he picks them balls over the top for Salah, where his form has been kind of non-existent. To be fair, he's been terrible.
Yeah.
So, do you think because the other players are not hitting the heights where they usually are? It's maybe a domino effect, and he's not getting this. Yeah, he's not getting the same type of joy.
It could be, but we can only say it when all the injuries really come back, and we've got a team and we've got a squad back, and then we can start picking bones because I'm ready. I've got a knife and fork ready. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I know? I still think we'll come second. I think league's out of reach. I'm not sure. I think what will happen is that.
Yeah.
I think what will happen is that we will be between 3rd and 5th at the time, and I think everybody will come back. And I don't trust the others. I think we're the only team who could hit 13 wins on the spin. We could hit 10 on the spin, and I still think this team can when everyone's fit and if they're playing at their best. I don't see Spurs and I don't see Chelsea doing it.
That's a big ask because I can't see us keeping fit with this squad. I can't see us keep him fit. Gomez takes a bad one, he's gone. Matip, do you know what I mean? He's a bit wary as well nowadays. Yeah, and the midfield we know, do you know what I mean? It's like an absolute mess. So I can't see us staying fit. Unless we bring someone, we have to bring someone in on January. We have to bring something in. If we're going to bring him in January, do something.
Well, we bring in the Brazilian Harry Winks in Alpha Melo.
No, we got into Easter or something.
No, you know what? To tell you the truth, he's a decent controlling midfield player, but he's complete opposite to what Klopp likes in a midfield player, which is weird. Maybe he's trying to change. We do need control in midfield, and I think Arthur, if he can get to the form when he was at first season at Barcelona, he can help Liverpool. I don't think he'll help Liverpool in the league, but in the Champions League where we need to control the tempo, and he can do that. To be fair, but to me, it doesn't scream like a Klopp. He's not a Klopp player.
Yeah, I'm only like to, jump on the old net to see what he was about and go deep on him. And I thought, he's a battler. He's got a low sense of gravity. He'll battle. He's quick
and he's tidy on the ball.
It's very
He can pick a pass. He can pick a pass.
So
like he's a bit like Jorginho at Chelsea. He'll recycle the ball, but he'll keep it in tight areas and can break the lines. Maybe not as good as Thiago, but he can break lines. But it's consistency with him, and I'm not sure. We'll see, because I'm not sure if he can handle the rigorous of the Premier League, the intensity. You're not going to get your head to pick passes and that. They're going to be gobbling all over you, but it'd be interesting. But it screams to me cheap by Liverpool. Cheap.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, nor did I. It just screams like, who could we get as a body? Yeah. Oh, he's available. Let's get him. But yeah, I think Salah. I think it's more of a structural problem than actual Salah not scoring goals. I still think Salah will get 20 plus. All right. 1906, winners and losers at the Premier League weekend. All right. Winning. All right. Go on. Winning
for me. Brentford.
What, the winning team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brentford beating Leeds.
Yeah, it was just the way.
It's a big result, to be fair.
The way it was done. It was the way.
They kind of smashed them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Brighton. Go on.
Brighton.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Brighton beating what's it called? This got out of my head now. Brighton beating Leicester. Yeah, 5-2. I think they were excellent. I think they played ball. Personally, I think they're up there of the best footballing sides to watch. They're up there. If I take Man City out of the equation, I think they're up there with the best teams to watch when they're on it. And they've got players that they can hurt anybody on their day. I think Trossard's quality. McAllister, I didn't even know he was Argentinian until I kind of looked at him. Like, he must have some Scottish family in there, because McAllister, I was thinking, who does he play for? I was like, who does he play for? I was like, oh, he's Argentinian. That's why he's so techie. I was like, he's a baller. So I was like, I think they've got a really good side. And I've always screamed Potter. I've said this for ages. I think if Klopp left Liverpool, he would be my next manager. Reason being is that Liverpool fans might go, yeah, whatever, you're chatting rubbish. I'm not. Reason being is that we're never going to get a better manager than Klopp. It's like having, I'm not saying he's on the same level as Ferguson, but as Man United having Fergie, you're never going to get the same manager like that. He's a one-off. But his style of football, it's just easy on the eye. When I watch him, they cause every team's problems. Home or away.
But he's basically done what a Fergie has done. Come on. He's taken a raggedy team, switched it round over the years in 3 seasons or something, and we started winning a trophy.
You talking about Klopp?
Yeah, and we've now won every domestic cup.
Yeah, but
there's everything you could possibly win. We've done it. No, apart from what was it? Europa. We haven't done the Europa.
Yeah, but 1906. The difference with Fergie and Klopp, you can't compare, and 2, Klopp. Fergie's had a reputation of rebuilding sides. Klopp hasn't done that yet. He couldn't do it at Dortmund.
He's done it. No, he's done it once. He has to do it again.
No. 1906. It's different to building a side and rebuilding a side and still making them competitive. At the time where he was at Liverpool, we wasn't competitive. he hasn't shown that he can rebuild a side and still challenge. With Fergie, Fergie only, remember, Fergie's worst season was third. Fergie always come first, second, or third. He was always competitive, even when they're in a transitional period. When he got rid of Van Nistelrooy and then bringing a young Wayne Rooney, young Cristiano Ronaldo, they were still competing on all fronts. Now, Klopp's test now from next season, can he rebuild this Liverpool team? Mane's gone. The team's getting older. Van Dijk's getting older. It'd be interesting to see what he can do.
But if you're going for those, as we see it now, you're going for those stopgaps of like knee-jerk reaction, getting mellow.
You can't win. You can't win nothing. You can't win nothing. You're bridesmaid.
You ain't said to anyone. No one's looking at that going, "Oh yeah, watch that man."
Yeah, 100%. Like I've said, you're right. I think we're too comfortable. There's a lot of players in that team are too comfortable. Like no one's come through the door, and everybody's looked at each other like, "Whoa, this man's come." Like levels need to go up. For example, going back to Man United, I think Scott McTominay's rubbish. I don't think he's good, but since Casemiro's come through the door, he's been playing out of his skin because levels have gone up.
Yeah,
there's man who come in a world class DM who's a multi Champions League winner is coming into the club. So now, the second I play rubbish, I'm not getting another game again.
I'm actually right.
So and that's what I'm talking about. There's not a player for a long time that has come through the door, and players have like, whoa, this guy's a problem. This guy will take my spot. And I think a couple of men are too not hungry enough, and they're getting a bit arrogant.
Yeah, I hear that.
But winners and losers, I've gone for Brighton. All right, winner, player. Who've you gone for player of the weekend?
Toney.
Yeah, Toney. I've gone for Toney as well. Hat trick. I think he should be in the England squad. Minimum.
What does it take? You have to get it in the. I think it's the Sun. That seems to control public.
It's
so you have to get it in the Sun or something like that from the back page.
All right, 1906. If Ivan Toney gets 15 plus, should he get a chance at a top 4 club? Not top 6, top 4.
Definitely.
100%.
Definitely. They're taking chances on after time what they're buying coming into the top 4.
Yeah.
They're taking chances. It's like, okay, he's done it over there. He's done it in a foreign club, but can he do it in the Premier League? You've got someone doing it.
Yeah, 100% in the Premier League. Like
in the Premier League.
Even going back to Nunez, like we're kind of hoping that he can translate it into the Premier League. But with Haaland, we all knew. Even Stevie Wonder would know that he's coming. He's coming to score goals. You just knew. Even when he was playing in that Charity Shield against us, I looked at it like, whoa, this guy's going to score a ton of goals.
We lit the fuse.
Yeah, I said he's going to score a ton of goals because he's getting them spots. They're going to put him in the net. So,
we lit the fuse. When he missed those little chances that he should have took against us, you could see it in his face like, I'll be back. One of them ones.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I'm going for Ivan Toney. All right. Loser player of the weekend.
Loser player. I know, probably Maguire for getting a yellow about 2 minutes.
He did. I remember texting Tobias. I was like, we're talking about, he comes on, he gets turned, and he just literally pushed him. He just pushed him on the floor. I was like, no, this guy he's awful. Confidence is shattered. That's quality. That sums him up, innit?
The whole country went, why? At the same time. Didn't have to support him. It was just, why?
Man United win, and you still have a loser player from Man United. That's quality. You can see we support Liverpool. But yeah, you know what? I'm not going to go for a player or a team. I'm going to go for VAR. I just think that's the loser of the weekend. VAR. That was an absolute joke. The West Ham game.
The West Ham.
Where the guy is, I think it was Bowen. Bowen was just tried to jump over Mendy.
No, the keeper's already on the floor. He's already down. My man's hurdling. and
What's he
clips
supposed to
him as he's already down.
do? Down. What is he supposed to do?
Clips him as he's trying to escape a hurdle. And that's what a foul.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke. And even going back to that, which is not a foul, even McAllister's goal. Did you see the rocket he put into the top corner?
Yes.
Because I think it was Welbeck went for a bicycle. They gave it offside, and there's not one player knew it was offside. This is a joke now. Like VAR just needs to be offsides only, and for serious foul play, like bad tackles. Like in my opinion, Van Dijk should have been sent off for that tackle.
Of course you should. Of course
he should have been sent off.
Yeah, of course.
That was a red.
That one, I was like,
when I watched, I was like, oh damn, that's that. I think reputations kept him in from that. I think if that was any other player, a player who's got a reputation of doing dirty tackles, that's a straight red.
The only way VAR is going to work for me, the only way VAR is going to work is if you've got ex-footballers controlling VAR.
But 1906.
Only way it's going to work. And until you got that, take it off. Take it off.
100%. I agree. I agree to extent.
Body movement. Do you know what I mean? You're leaning in to you know what I mean, to beat the offside. You're leaning in. You're on the shoulder. So I mean, you're looking at a man like head on from the back of his head if you're coming in behind him. Do you know what I mean? You ain't thinking that your elbow is playing you up.
Joke. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke.
So if the footballers get in and they see the natural flow of it and people ain't taking a piss trying to get offsides and trying to get fouls and blah, 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 they can see it. They can read it. They can read it if a man's going in more than what he should do on a tackle. They know it. Yeah,
but them type of things, I understand. But a lot of things, what they use in VAR is subjective. So no matter what, you could see it from a million angles. Me and you could have a different opinion. So to me, you might not. It's not worth using VAR for that. So at the moment, you should just use it for offsides and serious foul play, and let the refs ref, because it's still subjective.
What you see, you see.
What you see, you see. That's what it should be. So if you're going to get VAR, just use it for offsides, serious foul play, and get on with it. But another thing as well, I know it's different sports, but why is, say, cricket, rugby, tennis, all these sports, it's on point. No one has a problem with their refereeing or their umpiring. But football, the biggest sport on the planet, especially, and the biggest league on the planet, has the worst refs on the planet Earth, which makes no sense. How can you have so much bad refs?
It would be a ref number one. Ref college must be slim. I'm telling you.
1906.
You must pass just walking in the place.
Oh mate, because it's so bad. Like them type of things now for West Ham not getting that point or getting 3 points or whatever. That could separate them not getting into the Europa League, them coming 7th or coming 9th. That them type of things. Like there's so much money in the Premier League that you have to get them decisions right. You've got to. And you can't get them wrong.
Yeah, it becomes more and more important. These decisions become more and more important to teams year on year. And year on year, we see the same referees. Yeah, dig them up.
Straight. And don't you think, Niners, it should be like rugby, where we can kind of hear what the referee's saying in a sense of, so the fans in the stadium know what's going on. And it should be kind of like a time limit on how long it should be. It should be no more than, I don't know, 90 seconds.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they say, because it's a guessing game, isn't it? And no one ever comes up with it. Ain't like you get a summary at the end of a game or anything to say, these are why the decisions were made. So it would be nice to hear it live.
Yeah, because if you watch basketball, if you watch the NBA, you hear the refs and they will say what they're looking at and why they've not gave that decision. And it's very quick. I know it's a different type of sport and it's not maybe that flows different, but no one really complains about the refs and umpires compared to football. And I think it should be a time limit. I think you've got 90 seconds, and then within 90 seconds, you don't get the right decision. You just it's not a foul or it's a foul. Yeah. And that's how it should be. I just think it's just it's taking too long. This year 2022, we're still talking about VAR. They still can't get it right. But it's only in England, because in Europe, everywhere in Europe, they actually like it and it actually works. So why is it in Italy and Spain and France are
Mm.
getting it, and the biggest league on the planet can't get it right?
I don't know. All I know is I don't know if they let Moyes out of that straitjacket yet, but do you know what I mean?
But yeah, that's mine. But yeah. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back on Thursday for doing the weekend predictions. 906, you got anything to say?
Oh. Liverpool, sort yourselves out. Come on.
Oh, we got what Napoli on Tuesday.
More legs running.
And the thing is, 1906. I'm just tired of playing Napoli. It feels like we play Napoli every year in the Champions League.
Oh no,
it's so boring now. I don't even care about that game now. It just gets off. Oh, I'm telling you, like every year, I think Napoli fans must think like, bloody hell, we've got Liverpool again. Every single year.
You just half, don't you? Half Napoli, half Liverpool.
Yeah, and I think the thing is as well, we never win. We never win at Napoli. So if we can get a draw, I'll take it.
Anything.
Yeah, anything. I'll take a draw. I'll take it. But yeah,
I just want the squad back. That's all I'm waiting for.
Yeah. 100%.
And me and I can start watching football again.
But yeah, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We'll be on Thursday, same time, 10 o'clock. Myself and 906. The week after, Tobias will be back. All right, we are Real Talk Football TV, and we are out.